Hello, good evening, and welcome to Try Not to Die Thursday. Today we will be continuing with the campaign in Sunless Sea, where I left off, and I'm going to be sailing east until I either find the Khanate or everybody dies. Whichever one happens first. We'll see. So, apologies for taking a little bit longer to start than usual. My save did not want to load and I had to restart a couple of times. But it is running now. And we're ready to head east. We're even facing east.
Arc_water_bot. Everyone dies will happen at least 5 times.
That's a strong prediction. But yes, we had just docked in at Fieldhaven, and the plan is to sail east and occasionally remember to pause and release the bat in order to hopefully find land masses, and hope that we don't have to go too far. Because we've only got 20 fuel and 11 food here, so... But go we shall. Off into the yonder. And hopefully avoiding battle with that ship just up above here. I don't want to get into battle. I paid a great deal of coin to repair this. They missed, but this is happening, I guess. I missed. Ah. Yeah, death is definitely becoming a possibility here. Ouch. There we go. Alright, I've destroyed a pirate steam pinnace. We shall loot and scuttle her. She's a vile old vessel, and these seas aren't safe. Take what you can and move on. I've already lost 20 hull. Lean pickings. These pinnaces don't sail far from their hidden harbors, but here's something at the back of the hold. A cache of curiosities. Some sort of barrel. Tap the bung carefully. A firkin of honey. So now we've got 2. I still don't know what to do with them. This is what they call prisoner's honey, wrung by the lamplighter bee from the exile's rose. I wonder who made up these names, remarks able seaman Carget. Someone who has read a sight too many books, I'm thinking. At the moment, yes, collecting them is exactly what I'm doing, Ark. And now we are heading in exactly the opposite direction of where we wanted to be. What on earth is this? If I sail into it, will there be a problem? There will be a problem. It's a lot more solid than it looks. Damage! Careful, your hull just took damage from a collision. If you have trouble steering around rocks, try slowing down or going backwards with the S key. Thank you, tutorial. Okay, so that is more solid than it looks. We'll just sort of... Oh, Amore. That is a lot more than I want to moray. That's too many hit points for me. Please don't attack me. I'm not attacking you. I'd just like to leave. Aphotic quills. Oh, and that is a large shark that I don't want to deal with. It's going to get bad around here, but my stealth is better if the lamp is off, and I would really prefer not to deal with that shark. Noctic lobe. Okay, I'm just going to pause the game here and see what we've... Yeah, we haven't opened up a lot on the map here. However, if we slow down and release the bat... There are no islands within the Z-Bat's range of here. So, onwards. It's dark out here. It is very dark out here. This is a fog bank. Skylar's End. Is that a place? We pause again. Maybe. I believe it's... Oh! Horrors below. Sailors at the rail call softly. Something swims beneath the ship. I saw it looking up at us, one says, his voice a tremble. Call them away, don't look. Or bring out the nets, let's catch it then. A very chancy challenge. With a 46% chance. No, look, don't look. Don't look. Look away! A shudder in the hull. Whatever's down there, it's better not to know. They'll forget soon enough. I've lost one terror. I'm now at 49. Terror is high. Terror is very high. Okay, so this is Skylar's End up here with a lighthouse. And this is a full-on island here with a harbor. Discovered Nuncio. Alright then. And the Finknottle Vortex? Let's get in here. Yeah, we will dock at Nuncio. This picture up here of the man triumphantly holding a rat aloft fills me with confidence. Or something. Nuncio. Taciturn functionaries walk the docks in the uniforms of postmen. Do not return, sender. An enormous crowned statue casts a chilling shadow. The shadows gleam with rats' eyes. Their ceaseless chittering rolls like the tide. Okay, so we have 3 options here. Go to the Postman's Tavern, the Inky Blotter it's called. The sign doesn't look like much. Explore along the beach. There's a long stretch of shale dotted with washed up kegs and barrels and smaller flotsam. And assemble a port report. You may not be very familiar with the locals yet, but you can provide a preliminary overview. So... Let's assemble a port report, just to start with. Surface details. There's the statue in the middle of the island. That's hard to miss. There's the way everyone wears a uniform, and the way they call each other by their ranks in the postal service. There's the way the port authorities refer to regulations. There's the jargon, the curious habit of referring to any used-up thing as cancelled, as though the whole world were made of stamps. You write about vestigial bureaucracy and about trappings of order retained far from home. Okay. I'm going to go to the tavern, I think. Warmer inside than it looks. Faces turn in your direction, but no one seems surprised to have a new arrival on the island. The inky blotter, lit by two roaring fires, one at either end of the room. The bartender is in postman's uniform, like almost all of the patrons. A noseless postal inspector called Blunt Thomas delivers the drinks, clears tables, and stacks the firewood. I don't know whether or not there is a brothel available, but there's quite a list, so let's see. Allow the clattery heir to offer her services. She could remove the call from a postal worker. They wouldn't be a worker anymore, of course. Listen in on postal tall tales. Fishermen brag about fish that got away. Postmen brag about hard deliveries. Ask why the local currency consists of rats. 2 strings of rats for a pint of ale. 3 strings for wine. 5 for the tolerable brandy under the bar. Ask about that big statue in the center of the island. If there were a guidebook for visitors, it would have to be the first entry. Ask how they all occupy themselves all day. There must be more than this. Or go back to the docks and leave the warmth of the blotter for now. Well, there does not appear to be a brothel here, Ark. Sorry about that. Sometimes you just don't find a brothel. I am going to ask about the big statue, I think. The monumental postman. Oh, that. It's all of us, isn't it? Sort of the spirit of the island. Most of them don't seem troubled for more of an explanation than that, though the hairless postwoman tells you it didn't always look like a fallen London postman at all, that it used to have a different face and a more old-fashioned outfit. I now have 1 newcomer to Nuncio cultivating friendships with postmen. Ooh. And I have a new thing of ask why the hairless postwoman is hairless. Legacy of some interestingly explosive package, maybe? You know what, let's listen in on postal tall tales. Amazing what you get for a penny stamp. Delicate bottles lowered down chimneys on a rope. Do not fold under any circumstance letters curled through a narrow slot. Rattling, groaning crates brought back to the same address every day for 22 days running. The windows they pried open, the servants they bribed, the delivery surcharges they paid out of their own salaries just to get rid of 1 more packet. It is hard to tell what they hate more, the senders of mail or the recipients. Stands to reason, if the message was a welcome one, they'd tell the other fellow in person, reflects the hairless postwoman. I now have 2 cultivating friendships with postmen. Sure, and let's ask why the local currency is all rats. Scarcity is not an issue. The hairless postwoman at the end of the bar smiles mirthlessly, or maybe it's just the lack of eyebrows that does it. Long enough carrying the things around, you get into the habit, she says. Then she tells you that if you stay out late enough, you'll see some of the postmen making a procession to the center of the island, stringing up rats around the statue like Yuletide decorations in prayer to an ancient deity of this place. From the coughing and choking elsewhere in the pub, you'd guess this is a story they often tell to newcomers. And now I have 3 making friends. I'm making friends. Friends? Okay, sure. Let's ask the hairless postwoman why she's hairless. Faux pas. No, she says, curt, not pleased you asked. Still had eyebrows when I came to Nuncio. The postman at the next bench diverts you, speaks in a low voice. Lots of people find habits when they can't deliver the post anymore. This one has a plucking habit. Best learn not to notice. You glance up. The hairless postwoman is still glaring at you. I've lost a cultivating friendship. No! Ask how they occupy themselves? Dead letter office. Big building, center of town. Hard to miss. You can work there too if you want. It's not clear whether this is a generous offer or a threat. An occurrence. Your Nuncio worker in dead letters quantity is now 1 invited to serve. And I've gained 1 cultivating friendship, so now I have 3 again. Yay! Oh my goodness, and there's the rain. Our storm has just started here where I live. There may be some interesting background noises, or if I'm very unlucky, I'll lose internet, but we're going to just hope for some booming and crashing. Back to the docks. Okay. I could try a shift at the dead letter office. There's the sign of a canceled stamp over the door. Or I still have Explore Along the Beach open to me. Sure, and let's explore along the beach. Shifty going. The rocks slip and slither underfoot, but you keep your balance. Every lap of the waves drags up some new letter or parcel. The face of the water is dotted with them as far as you can see in the blackness, carried by a powerful current. Collect material for the dead letter office. That's where all this flotsam belongs, so it can be sorted. Argue with the man holding a broom. He is determined. He keeps shoving letters into the sea keeps shoving them back. Assist the man holding a broom. Both of you together still won't achieve anything, but maybe he'll feel better. Rescue a ticking parcel. It says refused by recipient. What could possibly go wrong? Have your Ratus Faber take a look at the ticking parcel. Safer it than you, except that I don't have a Ratus Faber, so Sure, let's collect material for the dead letter office. Will of its own. You make your way along the shore with a big sack. Many of the envelopes are too damp to read, their addresses permanently lost, but a surprising number are still legible. There are also parcels. Here and there is a crate, a message in a wine bottle, a sealed cask that is bobbled up out of a shipwreck. Your sack ought to get heavy with all these contents, but it pulls upwards and away, straining inland towards the dead letter office like an unmanageable dog. An occurrence. Your Nuncio learned in postal secrets quality is now 2, familiar with the pull. And I have 1 dead post. Study, we've opened up a new one. Study the odd currents here. The water that brings flotsam ashore does not follow the usual patterns. That's a tough challenge, which my pages quality, which is very low, gives me a only 31% chance. Interestingly, I can no longer assist the man with the broom or argue with him. Back to the docks. Finished on the beach for now. Let's take this load to the dead letter office because I don't want to set sail with it. Extensive tour. Blunt Thomas takes you around the office, a small collection room where those retrieving letters may state their business. A much larger set of back offices where newly arrived letters and parcels are collected and sorted. A dank, briny smell that never goes away, presumably because so many of the parcels spend time in the water before they arrived here. In the back room is a machine ratted by a postal rat, a ratus faber in a pinstriped hat. It shovels sludge-damp letters into the machine's hopper, and they come out dried, cleaned, pressed, and sorted into slots by size and quality of paper. An occurrence. Your nuncio worker in dead letters quality is now 2, working shifts. Yay. That is an awesome picture. Look at that rat. That is a rat. Alright, what are the options here? Make a study of what goes on in the back room. The machinery looks interesting. That's a tough challenge with a 31% chance of success. Oh boy. Man the collection window. Better chance of meeting people. Slightly better. A matter of luck with pretty good odds. 70% chance of success on that one. Converse with the Postal Rat. How did he get into this line of work? Feed your undeliverable letters into the sorting machine. The gleaming hopper awaits. Ask the Postal Rat for a key to the basements. There are doors in the dead letter office that you've never seen opened. Surely you can be trusted. That one's locked for some reason. Oh, you have to have 6 friendship with postmen. Oh my. Hello, Siren. Hello, Law. Good evening. Welcome to the post office that is half-staffed by rats, apparently. Let's see. Claim a respectable envelope from the dead letter section. The writing on the front is demure. Or end my shift and return to the docks. I'm finished here. Okay, well, let's start with delivery. Let's feed the undeliverable letters into the sorting machine and make sure that we don't have them anymore. 52 categories. After prolonged whirring, the machine begins to distribute 7 invitations edged in gilt into the correspondence of the aristocracy slot, 2 oversized parcels probably containing books into the books tray, 1 stamped bronze tablet that drops with a clang into a bin marked First City. The Postal Rat watches all this with an air of satisfaction. I've lost 1 dead post. My worker in dead letters quality is now 3. I'm an experienced ship worker. And I have gained another cultivating friendship in Nuncio. Good evening, Zero Yonder. Welcome. Thank you very much. Okay. I've forgotten what I attached to that fanfare. I'm embarrassed. Hello, welcome, welcome. Welcome, Ms. Boost. I'm just doing a shift at the post office right now. I was supposed to be exploring the underground ocean here, but I found a post office and now I'm doing a shift there for reasons. I can converse with the Postal Rat now. Perhaps he'll have some insights on the inhabitants. Oh wait, offer employment to the Postal Rat's niece. He asks it as a favor, and she sounds well trained and eager. What is this? Unlocked when something awaits you. Unlocked with cultivating friendships. Unlocked with no more than 0 of a Ratus Faber assistant. Well, I just got started, Siren, so it's not a lot has happened yet. I got into a fight with a pirate ship, and I sailed eastward and found this post office in the middle of nowhere. Let's employ the Postal Rat's niece. Let's do that, because having a Ratus Faber assistant is actually a good thing. Strongest possible recommendation. The Postal Rat is grateful and says so at length and in a variety of ways. Only so much work to go around on Nuncio. She keeps asking to assist me here, but as you can see, a gesture at heaps of loose gears and unhooked chains, I hardly require any assistance, and my research is at so delicate a stage. But she's an excellent worker, very bright, like her mother. Okay, that just bounced me right out. Well, that means that I can actually, if I close this is Sunless Sea. I am currently attempting to sail eastward, which I have been somewhat, this is all of the map that I've discovered. I have been succeeding at sailing eastward. I'm trying to find a place called the Khanate, because I'm supposed to pick up a highly illegal package there and take it back to Fallen London, which you can see all the way over here in the west, for an employer. It should remind you of Fallen London, Ash Fisher. It's actually by the same group, and it is somewhat of a spin-off from Fallen London. This is some time after London has been stolen by the bats and dragged a mile underground. But I do very little dealing with London. My main job is to explore this vast underground ocean and find things and do things and maybe try to solve some problems for my crewmates. And as you can see from the borders of the map, I have gone pretty far east now, but I still haven't found the Khanate. I found Nuncio instead. And yes, Ms. Boozed, if you're going to have a fist fight, I do request that you take it outside. But yes, I've pretty much finished here with Nuncio. So let us head out and hopefully sail in the correct direction. I'm going to try turning northwards a little bit here. Oh, and just for fun, on Thursdays I turn on my text-to-speech bot. So if you use !speak and then a space and then whatever it is you want her to say, she will talk to you. Well, she'll talk to all of us. No, I don't want to deal with you, ship over there. The Azakoric Abyss. Okay, I'm going to stop and release the bat and see if it finds anything interesting. There are no islands.
MRS_boozed. Law's mom looks like his dad.
I did mention that if you wanted to pick fights, you should probably take it outside, Ms. Boozed. I'm thinking that my Z-Bat's range is not actually very good because this is an island right here. What is this? Don't you dare forget. You stand on the bridge with the likely lass's locket in your hand. Yes, this is a girl.
MRS_boozed. SY pooped her pants.
I'm not appreciating this, Miss Boozed.
MRS_boozed. Law's mom looks like his dad. Ashfisher 86. You are awesome.
Thank you. Okay. You stand on the bridge with the likely lass's locket in your hand. This is a young lady that I hooked up with the last time I was in London, and she gave me a locket with her picture in it saying, "Don't you dare forget me."
Zero Yonder. You like jazz.
I think the you that you're referring to there is me.
MRS_boozed. Booze is the goat.
But yes, keep it. It's a risk for both of you. Shorebound lovers grow
Zero
lonely,
Yonder.
and Z captains die young.
Stop the cap.
Or throw it away. With enough time and effort, you could break her heart, or she yours.
You're.
I'm going to keep it. And that gave me an achievement. I now have an achievement called Sweet Sorrow. Alright. Close your hand over the locket. The Z air is cold, but the heat of your blood has warmed the metal of the locket. Keep it close. I've lost 1 terror, so now I'm only at 53. I have a sweetheart back in London, and my affair with my officer
Zero
is
Yonder.
forgotten. Allah!
Sweet, sweet, sweet victory, yeah.
I did have a fling with the clattery air, who is my ship's doctor here. But apparently I decided to give up on the chances of that one for the sweet lass, whose name I do not know, back in London. Okay, so we found this place here, which is quite distinct looking. Does it have a port? No, it's just a bunch of stairs with no way to get to them. Ah, but this looks like a port. What is this? Carlisle's Haven. I'm really hoping those are all rose petals. This is a computer, it's a PC game. I have my copy through Steam. I'm running it with keyboard controls and occasional mouse clicking. Irem, the pillared city. None have ever spoken truthfully of this place. I'm liking the snake statue, actually. It's got a nice symmetry to it. Good evening, Tobin. Welcome. Irem, the pillared city. She will rise from the sea and the ice like dawn. She will be garlanded with red and decked with gold.
MRS_boozed. Smitty Werben Jogerman Jensen.
She will be garlanded with red and decked with gold. The seventh serpent will watch you longingly from its high pedestal. You will always arrive as a stranger, but when you leave, some part of you will always remain. Okay, so what options do we have here? The Riddle of Stones. A riddle fisher in a sunset-colored robe will wait at the edge of the dock by a scar in the stone. When you look closer, you will see that a gap there has been expertly repaired with chunks of basalt.
Zero
When
yonder.
she asks, where was that
I
stone
wombo you
born,
wombo,
the
he she me
question will have a
wombo.
ritual quality. Let's see. The House of the Amber Sky. Rest, traveler. Our waters are warm, our cushions are petal soft. Lay your head here, you will be healed, or better yet, you will be renewed. Payment in coffee? Yes, please. Oh, I don't have any coffee. Well, that's a pity. Compile a port report. You will record what you have seen. And sacrifice a lamentable relic. You will break the ice on a wide pool. You will toss the relic in. Trade a lamentable relic for 2 moves in the great game. Oh, a pity I don't have a lamentable relic. Oh, so many things I don't have for this place. Okay, well, let's start how I always start. We'll compile a port report to take back to London. Assuming we survive to get back to London. A conundrum. When you will sit down to write the report, you will recall that it was written already. Who wrote it? The report records that. It was already written when it was found.
F is for friends that do stuff together. U is for you and me.
Who found it? The report describes another report, which will indicate the name of the finder. Where is the other report? There is a footnote which describes when you will record its location. When will that be? When all is well, and all manner of thing is well. Well, this is somebody else's problem now. Oh, thank you, Siren. Okay, so the House of the Amber Sky and the sacrifice...
MRS_boozed. Is mayonnaise an instrument?
Oh, Lord, I hope not, Mrs. Boozed. Those are both locked. It just leaves the Riddle of Stones. Oh, I have 2 secrets, so I can absolutely do this. Huh. I haven't run any Sphinx Stone at all, but apparently this is available anyway? Well, let's try it. The Salt Lions. A widely traveled captain like you must certainly recognize that basalt. The dock of Irem, repaired with the flesh of lion statues. What can it mean? She will kiss your forehead and teach you the tricks light plays on the heart, and of the memories that can be drawn from darkness. I've gained a point in mirrors. I've gained a point in pages. Time is something. I've found something valuable. Once per game, something pleasant will happen. How close am I? As of when I checked this morning, I was at 2.5 average out of 3. So I am very close. I have met every other qualification. I just need the I just need the average viewer count. And I have a Searing Enigma. Oh, that's nice. Those are valuable. Okay, is there anything else to do here? Alas, there is not. So we will close this, and I'm going to have... Well, I have two choices. I can try sailing south to try to find the Khanate, or I can sail a little more west to try to find it. I think I'm going to try south because I'm already facing that direction. So, south it is. Unless, one more moment, I'm going to just check here. Are there stores here? There are. Can I buy food? These are all things I can sell. None sail east from Irem. This shop is for those who sail east from Irem. How strange. Strange catch. Supplies for 30 each. Oh, I can't afford it. It may look like I have over 1,000 coin here, but that's not actually my money. I'm not allowed to spend it. So... southwest also could work. At the very least, I would want to sail south of Nuncio before I started heading west again. Oh, making money is hard at this point in time. I'm still very early on in the game, so my resources are not great. I could sell a Watchful Curio for a secret, but not for money. I could sell a Tale of Terror for a Memory of Distant Shores. I could sell a secret for nothing. I don't want to sell a secret for nothing. I could sell a Searing Enigma for Extraordinary Implications, but not very useful to me. No, none of these are worth money. That is the pity. So yes, southward, and we're going to try to sort of deke around that whirlpool that was just south of here. At least I think that was a whirlpool on the map. I have to remember that my controls are backwards. The controls are based on which way the ship is facing, not the absolute direction. So right now I'm steering backwards. What do we have here? And now we enter the calumnies. There's a wild and glorious scent in the air, a kind of light. Why do sailors fear this place? I don't know. Oh, I went a lot further east than I thought I did. Big fish. Big fish. Ewan's Way. This island sparkles. I'm very curious why this place sparkles. Thank you very much, Tobin. Enjoy your lurk. Estival, sun! Sun, a great beam of sunlight bathes the island. Squint into the dazzle. Far above, there's a hole in the roof. In that light, you see beaches of white gold sand, trees heavy with bright fruit, the reds and blues and greens of the surface. Investigate the ruins. There was some sort of installation here and what looks like a handsome country house. Who was here? And what happened to them? Gather supplies. The jungle here bursts with life. Go beachcombing. If you're lucky, you might pick up treasures. More likely, you'll pick up bits of wood and the occasional interesting arthropod. Compile a port report. Write fast. The light scars. Alright, port report it is. Here we go. A burning afterimage. Your eyes water. The pages blur. The report is one of joy-filled complaint. Estival has a beauty too bright to be appreciated, but perhaps the Admiralty can find something of use. Okay. I am absolutely going to gather supplies. I am running very low on food. Gather supplies. Do it. Exotic delights. Breadfruit, sugarcane, coconut, soft-shelled crabs and plump birds too stupid to know a hungry sailor from a tree. Estival is ripe with treasures unknown in the neath. Fill your hold. 11 supplies! Oh! Oh, we can sail for a while longer on this. Okay, let's investigate the ruins. There was some sort of installation here, and what looks like a handsome country house. Who was here, and what happened to them? Red bird singing. A garden overgrown with berry bushes. A wooden trestle table set for a meal. Chairs strewn with bones. A half-dozen skeletons. A red-breasted bird perches on a grinning cranium. It cocks an eye at you and bursts into song, a liquid, thrilling sound. It seems unperturbed as you approach to poke through the bones. No signs of violence. No fire, no bullets, no bites. These people died peacefully, sitting down to breakfast, as the surface sunlight spilled over them. Sunlight can kill at any time. The longer you remain here, the more danger you're in. So why did they stay? Perhaps they stayed because Estival is as beautiful as anywhere in the Neath, and 10 times as generous. It's a fine place for a colony. You could found your own pocket kingdom if you could do something about the sun. But what? What has power over sunlight? What makes the impossible possible? To found a colony brings something to Estival that can protect against sunlight. I now have one memory of distant shores. Interesting. Estival and Leslie's Harbor. I'll just pause for a moment here. I very much doubt that the Khanate is in that one square. Good evening, Professor. Welcome. Well, whether you were told to come here or whether you found your way here yourself, welcome. I am trying, Professor. I've reached everything but the average viewer. Okay, so I guess I will head a little west and then continue southward. Since I'm facing west already, that seems to be the best way to do it. Thank you, Professor. as I'm exploring the underground sea outside of London after it was stolen by the bats. And this island has just given me a massive amount of food supplies. So I am feeling pretty good about that. I'm not feeling so good about that crab. Please no. Please no, not the crab. McMaster's Haven. I haven't been there before. And perhaps the giant crab won't go that close to shore? My ship is very small and it's already damaged. So let's pull into this harbor and hope the crab goes away. Oh wait, it's Nuncio again. Oh, I'm a fool. Do they have shops here? Can I buy fuel here? I can't afford to buy fuel here. I will buy one fuel. Okay, so I sailed much further. Scale is a thing that bothers me in this one. I can't actually figure out what it is. But I'm going to continue my search for the Khanate, which has got to be around here somewhere. So I guess south and then east again? Hopefully without sailing into that vortex, because I don't know what that would do to my ship. Ark, I may be keeping the ferret on as the mascot right now just for you, but I'm still not going to call it by that name. Okay. Pause, check the map. Yeah, we're far enough south now. Let's turn east again. The Salt Steppes. This is the domain of the new Khanate, whose ancestors came here long before London fell. Stop scrolling away before I can read it. Scuttering and chittering in the corners of the hold, humped shapes on the deck rail, ratsy air emboldens vermin. A floating strand of web caresses your face. The air hints at spiders. And now we enter the calumnies. There's a wild and glorious scent in the air, a kind of light. Why do sailors fear this place? Okay, we've entered the area of the Khanate. Now I just have to find it. Wreck of the Nocturne. Shrouded with shadows, wrapped with webs. Oh yes, one of the things around here is that the Khanate is the source of silk, and the current source of silk in the underground sea is from spiders. Alright, the wreck of the Nocturne. The webbed hulk of this once proud vessel refuses to be dragged beneath the black waves. Board this empty mausoleum. Superstitions of the Z give even cynical sailors pause before ransacking half-drowned vessels. Still, nothing in the code prohibits indulging curiosity. Except that I can't. Why can't I? Unlocked with Savior's Rocks, walk into my parlor, said, and Savior's Rocks... Oh, I don't know enough about spiders, apparently. And I don't have any candles. So perhaps not, but we can use this moment. That is an island. That is an island just to the right there. Perhaps it's the Khanate? It's covered in spiders. That's a lot of spiders. We have spider warning. Arachnophobes should perhaps put me into, go over to another tab and just listen to the sound of my voice for a while.
Arc_water_bot. Spider warning.
Yes, that is a lot of spiders, and that is a lot of spider web. That is impressive and terrifying. Oh, and there is another crab in my way.
Arc_water_bot. If you happen to be fearful of spiders, then please look away, and you will be notified when you can continue to enjoy the Foxwine content.
Thank you, Arc. It would appear that the Khanate is a spider issue around here. Please don't notice me, crab. And we are pulling into a very infested port here. Savior's Rocks. The sound of their constant motion is like pebbles on a beach. Alright, we have the scuttering reaches, intricate webs stretch into a darkness where the shadows are never entirely still, and preparing for the Festival of Silk. The glumness of the Nativity is broken by the reds and golds of freshly hung banners. Let's try the scuttering reaches. Intricate webs stretch into a darkness where the shadows are never entirely still. Gossamer threads stolen by the breeze tickle the goosebumps on your skin. 1,000 unseen eyes promise 1,000,000 more. Bring light into the darkness. The sorrow spiders avoid the candlelight, but not out of any sense of fear. Though far from tolerant of outsiders, they care little enough for their abandoned webs to turn a blind eye to at least a little scavenging. Up to a point. That is locked because I have no candles. Risk exploring without candles. In this wasteland, only the false stars in the roof of the Neath illuminate the webs and ruins the sorrow spiders call home. You may still stumble upon something, though, or indeed into something. Ugh. An almost impossible challenge with only a 10% chance of success. I refuse to play with the spiders. Perhaps preparing for the Festival of Silk is more the speed. The glumness of the Nativity is broken by the reds and golds of freshly hung banners. Spider-worshipping weavers and widows guide the traders in readying their celebration of gratitude to the generous neighbors that silently watch over them from the shadows. I can assist with festival preparations. The assistance of an experienced captain and crew will hardly be turned down. The Haunted Doctor. Oh, this is a possible crewmate. Please, I must leave this terrible place. The sorrow spiders will not take me back. Please. The Haunted Doctor increases hearts and pages, but I already have the Clumniaire. Calmy? Clattery air. Trade supplies for silk. The fine silk of Savior's Rocks is the most coveted in the Neath. There can be no better time to acquire some without the usual trader's markup. There is compiling a port report. The silk traders in the Nativity know better than to risk loose chatter. Still, a little contribution to their festival may loosen their tongues. That's locked unless I have a cask of mushroom wine. Too bad. Or a delivery of trinkets. An almost entirely legitimate silk trader urgently requests your help with a delivery to fall in London. You know what? Why not? Trinkets? Just trinkets, confirms the man, holding out the box. From inside comes a slight cracking sound, a hiss, a scratch, that hints at nail on wood. Trinkets, he repeats, not meeting your eyes. You now have one Savior's Rocks. Trinkets. Just trinkets. Only trinkets. I might regret this, but if I trade 2 of my supplies for silk, I do know that there's a guy back in London who will buy it. A fine trade. We'll only be needing to stock up on supplies like this till after the Festival of Silk, warns the merchant as his people loads your goods onto the ship. It'll be back to echoes like regular after that, but still, you can come see me and I'll give you a deal that'll turn Mr. Vale's cloak white. He pauses for a moment, checking the shadows on instinct. Course, if anyone asks, I never said that. I now have 1 bolt of spider silk, which lost me 2 supplies. Sure, let's assist with festival preparations. Quiet murmurs of appreciation. The traders of the Nativity have little practice showing appreciation, but at least put in an effort. In particular, they are not entirely accidentally let slip the secret of the Accord of Grace, a hospitality granted visitors by the generous neighbors of whom they will speak no ill. They do, however, hint that this only applies to travelers arriving through the port. Those unlucky enough to run around on the rocks can consider themselves... But no, a sorrow spider might hear something they would, of course, never say. Alright, I've gained 10 more fragments, and I've gotten a Savior's Rocks, caught in the webs of Savior's Rocks 1, a stranger to spiders. Okay. I will not be taking the doctor, because I already have a doctor. I guess it's time to move on. We shall pause. The Khanate is around here somewhere. I worry that the crab is in the way, but I'm going to try to loop around these islands to the south. Well, we'll see how well that gets me. Oh, we got horrors low again. I'm going to tell them to look away. Don't look, boys. Whatever's down there, it's better not to know. They'll forget soon enough. I've lost 1 terror. I've only got 67 now. I have no idea what happens if I top out on terror in here. You may want to know, but I don't give a very good chance on a 47%. Oh, no. We're going to go this way. Yes, this way. This way where there are fewer things that have too many eyes. Tulser's Channel. Home, warmly lit windows, company, peace. Thoughts of home come at the strangest times. What is this? Is this the Khanate? Or is this just something to sail? Whoa! 600 hit points. Oh my. Oh my. What is this a ribcage of? That is a really long-range attack. I am not going to fight it, not when it can hit me from so far away, Ark. However, in attempting to escape, I seem to have found something. I found the Khan's shadow. That is very promising indeed. Look at all the ships! The Salt Steppes. This is the domain of the new Khanate. We've got a Khanate war trimmer in. That is not good. I don't want... No, no. I think I've found the Khanate. Now the trick is to find where I'm supposed to be getting my package from. Whoop! Almost missed the dock there. Khan's Shadow, the city that swam. Long ago, the Khanate turned its back on its warriors' traditions. Oh yes, and our spider warning has now ceased. I have sailed away from the spiders. I will not be returning in that direction for a very long time. Those who have issue can return. We've just got crabs now. And whatever that thing was with the long-range sonar attack. Long ago, the Khanate turned its back on its warrior traditions. It has no place for pirates and would-be nomads, so here, in the shadow, the exiles make their home amid 100 wrecked, grounded, decommissioned ships. Acquire a doomed monster hunter. The rebel lords of the Khanate are hungry for the secrets of the Dawn Machine. One among their number will volunteer to die for you should you provide what they need. That wants an element of dawn, which I don't have. I can compile a port report. So many malcontents, so little time. And there is a one-eyed scrimshander. Have a one-eyed scrimshander carve something from your hunting trophy. His tools are laid before him in a neat row. Trade a hunting trophy for 4 watchful curios. Well, I don't have a hunting trophy, so I can't do that. The only thing I can do here is compile a port report, so that is what I will do. Closely written notes. Conniving, debauching, speechifying, drinking, singing, speeching, poeting. Now and then a drunken duel. Very occasionally a savage ritual murder. I now have a port report for Khan's Shadow. And that is all that I can do here. However, there is an iron quarter in the Khan's Heart, just northwest of me, so let's try there. Hopefully the port will be easy to find. My contact did not tell me where in the Khanate I was supposed to be getting my package from. Iron Quarter, Khan's Gate, Khan's Heart. There is a lot here. There's a port. I see a port. How do I get to it? Ah, okay, I go up and over. Oh, And yeah, for some reason the tutorial is running again today. Secrets. You can spend secrets to improve your abilities. To do so, right-click on an officer to start a conversation. I have been building up a pile of secrets, and I should do something about that, but for the time being, I would rather find the port where I'm supposed to get this package from. I'm just going to slow down so that I can take this tight turn here. This is one that will be easier to get out of than into, I think. Aha! Khan's Glory, a place of stately isolation. Here are the palaces of the Khan and his court, each a fortress to itself. Sleek lords and ladies in belted robes breakfast on balconies. An unlikely antelope peeks at you from the park. Guns rotate easily on motorized gimbals. Offer a gift to the leopard, the royal clan of the Khan. The Khan himself has a notorious weakness for coffee, and his court follows suit. I have no coffee, alas. Petition for access to the Nephrite quarter. The clan of the leopard grants trade licenses to foreigners. This gives access to the Nephrite quarter in Khan's heart to the south, allowing you to sell your goods there. I can't do that either. Need favors, Leopard's Condescension 5. Offer a gift to the Tymon, this clan named for a sizable and ferocious fish of the surface. They have a fondness for drowning pearls for some secret clan ritual. Plead your case with the Tymon. The Tymon clan has long controlled the White and Golds, the loyalty service who watch Kaganians and foreigners alike. If they're convinced your intentions are good, they may be lenient. If your suspicion has risen too high, this will reduce it. Ask the leopard contacts to intercede with the Tymon. If your Khanian suspicion has risen too high, the Tymon can help. The leopard may induce them to do so. Ask your Tymon contacts to intercede with the leopard. The leopard's favor is essential for gaining access to Khanate trade. Cruise past the clan palaces. Khan's Glory has a steely beauty, but the clan lords are ever suspicious of spies, and those gun emplacements are vigilant. This is a low-risk challenge with an 83% chance of success because I've been raising my veils. So, yeah, let's cruise past the palaces. This is a success. Strength and brilliance. Light blazes from every gate and window. You glimpse guards in gleaming uniforms, subterranean gardens of mauve and purple, hanging ornaments of scaled carnelian and jade, statues of warrior Khans past. The water is dark and calm. The sentries watch you with calm distrust. Low-risk challenges are definitely better than high-risk challenges. I will sometimes go for a high-risk challenge anyway, just to see what happens, but that's gotten some of my crewmates knifed. Well, our impossible challenges are only available in Disco Elysium, which is the game that I play on Sundays. I have not yet encountered an impossible challenge in this game. I succeeded in a Veils challenge. I've lost 2 terror. I've gained a memory of distant shores. I have 1, the White and Golds are watching you, Khanian suspicion. But that's it. Yes, I do stream on Sundays, Ark. Okay, that is apparently everything that I can do in this port. It was so tricky to get into, and then there was practically nothing I could do here. Oh well, out we go. Easier out than in here. I should try that place southward. There was a gap that I sailed past that I should try. Woo-ha! Please. Thank goodness this ship turns on a dime. I am very worried about my fuel stores. I'm really hoping that I can sell something somewhere around here and buy some more fuel to get back to London. I'm turning off the light because it makes me burn through fuel slightly slower. Is there a port down here somewhere? Yes, there is! Okay. Here's hoping. Both that this is the port where my contact wanted me to be, Khan's Heart, London's rival. An oasis of light in the salt black wastes. Canals thread the painted city, street lamps glow, and water taxis putter. Okay, there are things to do here. This is good. Seek commercial license. For the Khanians dislike merchants, and they dislike foreigners. Foreign merchants induce paroxysms of antipathy. Perhaps sufficient bribes will buy your way into the Nephrite Quarter. This doesn't say how much it costs. Time in the tea house. The Copper Quarter offers comfort to foreigners, but the prices are, to put it mildly, mischievous. Unlocked with 50 echoes! Oh boy. Hire crew. Khanians are wary of your people, but perhaps you can find someone. Collect the cheery man's cargo. You meet a blue priest in a tiny noodle shop by the Moon Canal. Fizzling electric light shows the weary lines of his face. You have my money? He asks. Unlocked with 1000 echo. Unlocked with no more than 0 unstamped crates of brilliant souls. Unlocked with objective collecting cargo. I have that. Okay, this is the contact that I was sent for. Haha. Wander Khan's Heart. Foreigners are restricted to the Copper Quarter, but as long as you don't try to cross the bridges, you can explore in reasonable safety. Purchase fuel at an outrageous price. The Khanate merchants grin when they see you coming. An unlicensed foreign captain? They'll pick a price and triple it. Gain access to the Nephrite Quarter to purchase less expensive fuel. Oh, 50 echoes. Oh boy. Purchase supplies at a ludicrous price. Foreigners are permitted to buy food in the Copper Quarter, but only poor quality in small quantities, and so you go from street vendor to street vendor, trying to purchase enough soggy smoked fish to feed your crew. Thankfully, I don't need food supplies, I need fuel. Pay a storyteller. The storytellers in the Square of Cedars wear brightly colored caftan-like clothing with silk sashes, in contrast to the more sober and subterranean dress of the citizenry. For coin, even foreign coin, they'll sing epics of their nation's history. That costs 5 echoes. I have no idea what you need for that. Find your contact. The Khanate is wary of Imperial spies. Go very carefully. You have half the directions you need. The other should be at a dead drop in the docks. This is a high-risk challenge with 28% chance of success with my current veils. However, I do have secrets. I can raise my veils. Gather a port report. The Khanate generally assumes that all foreigners are spies or worse. It would be a shame to disappoint them, but it might be dangerous to prove them right. As Khanian suspicion increases, this action becomes more difficult. If you have an intelligence network here, it's easier. This has a 40% chance of success with my current veils. Establish a spy in the Khan's Heart. If you're caught, it'll mean trouble. If you're successful, you can tap your network later for intelligence. The dark-spectacled admiral and the voracious diplomat, among others, will be interested. I have not met the voracious diplomat. A very chancy challenge with a 41% chance of success. And there is Seek Intelligence. If you have eyes and ears in the Khanate, you can use them to gain more than just a port report. The better your network, the easier this will be. An almost impossible challenge due to not actually having a network here. Well, let's start by raising my veils, I think. We'll just close this for the moment. I believe it was... yes, she gives me veils if I talk to her. Yes. Increase your veils. I want to talk about steam and motion. I still see every coil of vapor. I have 5 secrets, so I can raise my veils by 5 if I use all of them. So, increase. An allegory of engines. The engineer has learnt a great deal about the powers and weaknesses of steel and fire and water. Once she must have been an extraordinary asset, but she can only express what she knows as poetry filtered through half-erotic visions, roses and rivers and something like rain. It's quite pretty in its way, but it makes it challenging to understand what bit of the engine you need to bang on when the engine won't go. I have gained 1 veil. We're just gonna keep repeating this for a bit so I can raise my veils some more. I am going to use 4 of my 5 secrets, well, 3 of my remaining secrets, and leave myself 1 for emergencies. She says the same thing every time. So I won't read it again. We'll just with 3. There goes the tablet restarting itself again like it does every stream. Why do you keep doing this to me, tablet? 2. And 1 more veils. And I have 1 secret left in case I need it. I see the donut, Ark. I always see the donut. Okay, we're going to collect the cargo before I go and impulsively spend the entirety of this money on other things. So, collect the cheery man's cargo. A hiss of distaste. Oh, your stupid imperial coins. No, give it here, it'll do. It's what was agreed. Take this, go. You never saw me. Return to the Blind Bruiser in London. Don't lose your cargo. I now have 93 coins left. I'm going to try to seek a commercial license here. Make more coffee tonight, or just in general, Ark? Alright, let's seek a commercial license. Maybe I have something that they'll buy here. Not here, Surfacer. Surfacer? But the Khanians have been generations underground, and to them, all Londoners are surfacers. It seems you'll need to go to Khan's Glory, the nearby palaces of nobility, to seek a license. Yeah, I kinda thought that would be the case. But I don't have anything that they want. Well, it depends. Will caffeine affect you for more than 7 hours? Or are you one of those people who gives you a bump and then it goes? Well, if the caffeine won't keep you awake, then I don't see any reason not to have coffee. Blast. Okay. Scrolling, scrolling, scrolling. Find my contact. The Khanate is wary of Imperial spies. By the way, my tablet's back up again. Yay! Okay, so with my rails raised, it's a 31% chance of success. Oh boy. I'm still going to try it because the Admiralty asked for it specifically. Alright, we're gonna try the tough challenge. Here we go! Ah, that's a failure. Hurry on by. You find the address, but the street outside is thronged with white and gold uniforms. Loiter on the corner. There, two hard-faced men in no uniform but their own authority are directing operations. Their white uniformed henchmen manhandle an unconscious body into a waiting boat. Your contact! Back to the ship, quickly! I've completed my commission. I returned to the Admiralty with this. Gained terror, gained a memory of distant shores, and I am doubly suspicious. The Khanians are very suspicious of me now. Well, that was unfortunate. I don't know that I give much for my chances of getting a port report here. I can purchase fuel with 50 Echo, which I'm going to have to do. Because I really need fuel. Well, actually, first I will wander Khan's Heart. Let's wander the Copper Quarter and hope we find something. Your emotes are very cute, Siren. A relentless fishermonger. You are cornered by a screaming, cheerful woman in a sort of lacquer-armored fish suit. As far as you can make out, she was attacked in the Moon Canal by something with tentacles. She still has this tentacled thing slung over her shoulder. For some reason, she is determined you should purchase it. You plead, evade, offer her nothing but the smallest coins, but she is relentless. Tentacles it is, then. I now have one strange catch. I've lost 1 coin. Why did the cardiac surgeon get excited, Professor? Okay, outrageous price for fuel it is. Ugh. I've gained 1 whole fuel. I have 4 fuel now. I don't know if I can make it back to London on this. The rattle of coal. Where does the Khanate even find its fuel so far from hell? The lumps of coal have a swimming blue-green sheen. I don't have enough money to buy more. Oh, they are having a cardiac of a time. Oh dear. Do I dare chance this port report? I do. This is a success. Precious scraps. Rivalry between the Leopard and Eagle clans. The concern about Killenite raids. Some appalling gossip about the traitor Empress back in London. Perhaps you shouldn't write that last one down, and move on quickly. That fellow in the corner has an informer's look. Succeeded in a Veils challenge. Gained 1 more suspicion. But I do have a port report. I'm going to try to get back to London. No shops available. That's what I suspected. Okay. Where are we in relation to London? We are almost a straight line. If that gap just up north of us actually opens out to the open sea right here, then it's pretty much a straight line back to London. I can but try. And I'm going to hope that 4 fuel gets me most of the way there. Assuming that this is actually an opening westward. And won't just bottle me in. It is an opening westward. Avoiding the shark, particularly tormented bound shark. I'm in the fog and my lights are off. With any luck, it will lose me. Here's another port I've never been to. We're going to make a quick stop, hopefully. I have too much on the line to be getting into a battle now. It uses up a lot of fuel, and I don't know that I can get back to London on what I have. Wisdom, the prison walls are mercilessly steep. Wisdom, Numpmit built this place as a prison for the Khanate. Now it answers only to its governor, and its governor answers to no one. Hand over a prisoner. Oh no, we'll pay you, the unctuous fellow says. We can always find a use for another pair of hands. We get lonely, you know. Lonely. Exchange a secret for a prisoner. Wisdom has many, many secrets, far more than one might expect them to glean from the prisoners. But a discerning scholar might identify a secret which would tempt even the governor of the prison. This is unlikely to be profitable unless you have someone specific in mind. That's locked anyway. There is compile a port report, watch the comings and goings. There is ransoming a prisoner. Wisdom will release prisoners on a payment of an eye-wateringly high redemption fee. It's not entirely clear whether this constitutes bribery or a legal instance of Khanian mercy. This is unlikely to be profitable unless you have someone specific in mind. It's also a high-risk challenge with only a 20% chance of success, even with the 59 hearts that I currently possess. I could rescue a prisoner, scale the walls, enter through the overthrow pipes, evade the guards, secure your rescuee without raising any alarms, don't get eaten by giant toads. You only get one chance at this. It is unlikely to be profitable unless you have someone specific in mind, and has only a 13% chance of success. Let's compile a port report. Not so many goings. Ships from the Khanate are most common, but you see Chelenite vessels, polythreme triremes with chained and sulky unfinished men, corsairs disposing of their miscreants, even one furtive Irimi skiff. The wardens pay them well for their prisoners. Okay, I know that it's a long shot, but do you have any shops here? They do! We're buying fuel. We are buying all the fuel that we have coin for. and we are hoping that it's enough to get us home. Best bet is to go over this island northward, I believe. So I will try that. There are a lot of these extremely solid lily pads around here. They concern me. Alright, and now the all-important question. Am I going the right direction? I am! Barring any dangers or other islands in the way, I'm going to try to sail as straight line as possible. On the surface, the sun still warms the earth, or so one assumes. Shepherd's Wash, the salty hinterlands of London, home to hermits, nuns, and shadowy business. I'm getting back towards places I've been. Fieldhaven, this is where I started the evening. I've come full circle. It only took nearly 2 hours. Not really, no. No, wait, yes. It took 1 hour and 40 minutes. Okay. Yes, we just keep as straight westward as possible from here. And we'll pray that the fuel gets us there. Okay, coming up on the Bonnie Reefs. I'm starting to know where we are. I don't want to deal with that. No, no, bye, farewell, no. We're going to go achievement unlocked, Thou All Shaking Thunder? What on earth does that mean? What is that achievement for? We're just gonna nip through this gap here. And continue westward. Hopefully avoiding that crab. Oop, gonna turn a little further north to try to keep from attracting the crab's attention. And to stay out of the fog. The terror's getting high here. I still don't know what happens if the terror meter tops out. What do we have here? Is this Hunter's Keep? It is! We're nearly home. Home water! Nearly back to London. almost home. I thought for sure this trip was going to kill me. It might yet if I lose that crate. We made it! We made it! Welcome home. You may ask how it is I am here to meet you, and may remark that we have eyes on the wastes and eyes in the hill. In fact, we have more eyes than a knot oracle, and they're all glad to see you. And of course, your cargo. Hand over the cargo and claim my payment. Please pay me. I have 2 echoes to my entire name. Paid me 200 for that. Oh, very good, very good. Please accept this small token of my thanks, and please also accept my thanks, and my patron's thanks, which we being persons of honor what understands the true nature of dealings is much more important. Still, spending money is always good, isn't it? And a captain must eat, and so must a ship, which is why you look under the pier you will find a few helpful contributions of fuel and so forth. I was paid. I lost the unstamped crate of brilliant souls, thank goodness. That's massive contraband. 200 echo, 3 fuel, and 1 supplies. Whee! The Revenue Men, Her Enduring Majesty's Customs Service, works closely with both the Ministry of Public Decency and the Masters of the Bazaar. Today they have selected you for an inspection. Don't cheek them. Let them do their worst. You have nothing to hide. Well, since they took the crate, then yes, I do. I have nothing to hide because the crate's gone. This will also reduce your suspicion if your suspicion is 5 or more. Declare all controlled goods. Pay the customs duty on any untaxed souls or romantic literature you're carrying. Surrender any smuggled sunlight. This will also reduce your suspicion if your suspicion is 5 or more. Talk your way out of the search. Today's duty officer is a patriot. Perhaps you can claim you're on Admiralty business? Interesting. That one has not come up before. Or set something aside. They needn't know about every little trinket you have, which is a straightforward challenge with a 93% chance of success. What do we have here? Unlocked with no more than sunlight-filled mirror catch box, no more than 0 crates of brilliant souls, no crates unstamped crate of human souls, and no romantic literature. I have nothing. So, you know what? Let them do their worst. Tramp about, boys. Vexed and frustrated. They roam your deck like wolves. They tear through your belongings like termites. At last, they leave. Menace's suspicion hasn't changed because it's lower than 5. Thank you for the lurk, Professor. The lights of London welcome you home. This storylet only appears when you've been at sea for a little while. A breath of relief. As soon as the gangplank touches the quayside, the terrors of the deep sea lighten. Walk taller, smile more readily, but what dreams may cling? Unlocked with Terror 51. You have 97, you fool! Coming home. Terror is always reduced to 50 when you return to London, if it's higher. However, your terror was high, and you may suffer nightmares later. I now have 2 menaces, nightmare strength. But my terror quality is at 50. Yay! Collect messages from the Harbour Master. All the clatter and song of the dockside. It soothes the soul. Are there messages for you? Are there? What's this? Let's see. Something has changed underneath. Someone wants to sign on. I have won another day a free evening. The rose market hasn't changed because I didn't use it the last time I was here. And that's all for now. Okay, so let's start with trinkets. Just trinkets. The man waiting is not a cultist. He's just another ordinary citizen, wearing a silken blindfold. In a few years, perhaps everyone will be wearing them. Deliver the trinkets to the waiting man. Still a firmly sealed crate of what are absolutely not sorrow spider eggs. Well, that's a relief. Or maybe you just got lucky? Either way, they made it. So did you! Someone else's problem now. What was the address on the crate? Somerset College? On second thought, it hardly matters. I have gained 100 echo, and I no longer have a skittering crate. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is go to the Admiral. The dark-spectacled Admiral. You're ushered into his office off Mansion's Pyre, a cramped room with a vast desk. He surveys you across that desk. Ah yes, the merchant captain of whom we hear such complicated things. Now, do I have... Well, let's submit the port reports then. And what's the day-to-day like on those farther shores? I have so many port reports now. Okay, with Shepherd's Isles, we do have two options. We have submitting fact. We do hear some peculiar tales of that place, which is a high-risk challenge with only a 29% chance of success with my amount of veils. Or I can submit my report as unsubstantiated hearsay. We do hear some unlikely tales of that place. I am not feeling confident enough to go for a 29% chance, so I'm going to go for the hearsay report. Friendly scoffing. I agree, it does seem implausible. So many of the stories from that place do. Still, there is a little gold of truth in the mud of rumor from time to time. Your payment, Captain. 10 echoes. My favor has remained the same. I have a new accomplishment of surveying the Shepherd's Isles. Good evening, Gillette. Welcome. I'm just turning in all my port reports from an extremely long and terrifying trip that I took out to sea. And I got a fuel. We have Nuncio. Ah, yes, the place that lures away postmen. One hears no end of complaints from the Postal Service. Report submitted. 30 echoes for going that far. 1 favor, 1 fuel. Handed over the report and accomplishments, surveyed Nuncio. Khan's heart. Been to the salt steppes, eh? Yes, this kind of material is always of interest. How a nation could be so barbarian and so decadent at once is beyond me, but they're terribly dangerous. Alright. 75 echo, 1 favor, an accomplishment of having surveyed Khan's heart, and another fuel. This is what I love about submitting port reports, is all the free fuel. Estival. I had always wondered if it might be a myth. That has unlocked another achievement for me this evening. This is an evening of achievements. What was that one again? And my friends list covers the achievements. Rules the waves. I just got an achievement for ruling the waves. Alright, I've gained 50 echo, 1 fuel, another favor, and got an accomplishment of surveyed Estival. Khan's shadow. Oh, these are always fun. Come on, let's hear it. Report submitted. Other officials gather round to hear your tales of bloodshed and debauchery, and the jokes about the Khan that the shadow produces so efficiently and so entertainingly. The one about the Khan and the donkey produces a roar of patriotic laughter and encourages the deputy recorder to unlock the departmental drinks cabinet. Oh boy! I've gained 30 echo, 1 fuel, lost a port report, lost 5 terror, very nice, gained 1 favor, and got an accomplishment for having surveyed Khan's shadow. Oh, I would love to have infinite fuel arc. Oh, I would dream of that. The map is so big. Okay, wisdom. Brr, did the oracles look hungry? 30 echoes, 1 fuel, lost a port report, gain a favor, and accomplishments surveyed wisdom. And yes, this is the last one. Irem. Oh god, what tense is it written in? Oh god. Look, just read it to my colleague here. He'll give you your fee. I'll be over there when you're done. I understand, given what the flavor text for that report was. 20 echoes, 1 fuel, lost the port report, thank goodness, gained a favor, and got an accomplishment for having surveyed Irem. Okay, so since I failed to get the report from the Khanate, I'm going to ask if there's anything in particular that they need. The Admiral will see you now. The Admiral deals directly with more sensitive commissions. Okay. Ask of anything in particular that he needs. This port. Speak to our agent there and return. We'll see that you're rewarded. Visit the port below and return to London. You can check the details in your journal at any time. Retrieve strategic information from the Mangrove College in the Swallowing Isles. Oh boy, do I have the... Yes. I have the Mangrove College on my list. It's supposed to be to the south, which is also where I'm supposed to go to get the coffee for the guy who knows something about where my father is buried. So, going south. Going south is the next thing to do. And we will see what we see. Okay, return to the docks. Let's visit the Rose Market. It bustles on Roser's Wharf. Perhaps you can find a buyer for some of the curiosities you found at sea. I think I have something that someone will buy here. The Rose Market caters to collectors and eccentrics, anyone with exotic tastes and the gumption to harass Z captains. According to the archaic rules of the market, you can only make 1 trade per visit. Choose wisely. People at the Rose Market will pay above the usual price for specific goods. The honey-addled detective is collecting watchful curios, of which I have 1. Nearby, a puppet theater is performing The Gardens of the Serpent. The detective watches idly while waiting for sellers. It is the only thing that I have. Unfortunately, I don't have moves in the great game for the bespectacled visitor. But I absolutely will sell this curio. And thank you very much for the lurk, Siren. I do appreciate it. Okay, what will this man pay for a watchful curio? That is the question. Let's find out. A satisfactory exchange. They make good chess pieces, he says. He examines the figure's glaring eyes and clenched bead-sized fists. I think I'll use this one as a bishop. I have lost 1 watchful curio, I've gained 30 echo, and the Rose Market has closed for the day. So the next time I come back, the Rose Market will have turned over, and there will be... He will pay in echoes, and that is the best. I'm going to have to buy more fuel. And more food. Okay, I think I will go to my lodgings next. Can I read the news? No, I cannot read the news. Interesting. Well, back to the city, I guess. Let's visit the Alarming Scholar. I think I have some things that they will pay for. The Alarming Scholar is mercurial to say the least, a creature of sudden moves and provoking teeth. Possibly her appointment as University Maritime Liaison was precautionary to keep his razor-sharp enthusiasm from causing too many injuries in the faculty. Ah yes, the scholar whispers breathily. I have a budget for acquisitions. What have you brought me? Generally speaking, this is an older game, so they keep using pronouns for the scholar, but I try my very best, generally speaking, to use they for them. I have many things that the scholar will pay for. What about a strange catch, pickled into quiescence? Deep excitement. The scholar circles your specimen jar, tapping at the glass with a variety of tools: screwdriver, magnet, scrutinizer, tuning fork, flensing knife, and a sort of splotted spoon. This will keep them going for weeks, they say, half to themselves. We'll dine at the high table tonight, I think. Favor has increased, only 10 echo, though. That is a pity. Admittedly, increasing favor with the scholar doesn't seem like a bad thing so far. What about the outlandish artifact, shaped by hands unknown in London? A careful scrutiny. We have something like that, they declare, but not very like that. Interesting. I have some ideas about suitable fees. 100 echo! More favor and a fragment. Can't complain. I have another one. I'm going to hang on to my memory of distant shores because I know that they will pay more for them in Vanderbilt than the scholar will offer me. But yes, let's continue giving them some the outlandish artifact. Same text, same price. More fuel. And last thing we have left is a searing enigma. It won't be safe with them, but then it won't be safe with anyone. Give it to me. Yes, now I understand. Listen, the net, the law, the harm, the sky, the light, the clock, the Z, the I, the night. Leave me now. I have things to do. 1,000 echoes. One fragment, and my favor has increased with the antiquarian. Wahaha. That will pay for quite a bit of fuel and supplies, and maybe even repairing the hull. I have business to attend to, and besides, the scholars keep snapping their teeth like a mechanical trap. Okay, so, new recruit. Who awaits my attention? It's just a sailor. What desperate desire has led this one to sign on? Who cares? They're very keen. Consequently, they're cheap. This will simply increase your crew by 1 for 5 whole echoes. No, I think we're good. Now, I believe that the adventurer's desires here, I will need your help, is the one who will buy silk. If he has made 2 requests, you can fulfill either one. And Parabola linen. Oh, he wants linen, not silk. Who will buy silk from me? I'm not sure who will buy silk from me anymore. That is a pity. I think that is actually all that I can do here then. I could have sworn that the adventurer wanted silk, not linen. Darn my memory. I still don't know who will buy the prisoner's honey. I could get a tattoo, but I don't need a tattoo. The Labyrinth of Tigers is open under the patronage of the London Zoological Society to cautious visitors for educational purposes. Here you may see the devil apes of Far Mandalay, the Thing in the Mirror, the Cantagaster's children, the gargantuan cave snake. Why do I keep saying cave snake? That's the question. The inhabitor of wolves, the hybrid fiend. NB, the management recommends that you arrange your exit well before closing time. I could provide a rare creature, which I don't have, or I could purchase a live specimen, which I am absolutely not going to do. So, I think the only thing to do is to stock up on fuel and supplies and head back out to sea. Yes, perhaps, but is the snape really native to caves? Okay. I'm going to buy 10 fuel and 10 supplies. And that's too much. I regret spending the money now. I am very upset about this. But the fuel is slightly less expensive, so we'll... I am very mad about that. That is a waste. That is a waste of my money. And it makes a splashing noise just to tell me the mistake that I made. All right, the hold is full. And this trip we are sailing south. There is nearly as much south to go as there was east to go before, so let's find out what's going on. I would have stopped by the sisters, but they are not there anymore. my current plan is to mostly just run down the shore and see what I find. I have gone south before, but I didn't go any further than the locks. Which I'm about halfway to at this point. Reoccurring nightmares. You've begun to dream of a vast eye. It knows you. You cannot evade its gaze. A black, unsleeping taste. Again and again, you are alone on the wide black sea. The eye is aware. Your nightmare will come upon you from time to time, inspiring terror. Gain restful nights at your lodgings to help you resist it. If you defeat it, you may gain a secret. I have begun to suffer nightmares of a vast eye. That sounds charming. That's great. I have no interest in the baby crab. And the nice thing about the baby crabs is that they're just slightly slower than I am. Well, it did try to attack me, so yes, I probably did hurt its feelings. I'm not going to put in at the port here. Oh, a jellyfish. Great. Ha 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 ha. Who's doing more damage to who is the question here. Uh-oh. I fired too soon. Oh, I'm very hurt now. Gillifleur's End. Is it a young jellyfish? A lesser subspecies? Do the dreams of jellyfish become real? In any case, now it's a sad slick of goo dissolving into the sea. I could scoop it up. Perhaps you can eat it. Better yet, perhaps your sailors can in. Or let it disperse. Watch its oil rainbow colors fade. I'm going to let it disperse. A tryst. Oh, something has come up. A face. From above, the Gillifleur's cap does look a little like a woman's face. She dissolves like smeared paint. I now have one Z story. I also have a tryst. A discreet opportunity has arisen to spend time with your favorite officer. You will noticeably reduce your terror unless it's already low, but if you have a sweetheart back home, you may want to think twice. A tryst with the clattery air. In the surgery. I don't expect any new patients this evening. Or the affair is at an end. Perhaps they're gone. Perhaps you've thought better of it. This will end the affair. What is this? My terror is very high. Sure, let's tryst with the air. Instructive. She's made up the operating table with a couple of towels, one spread over the surface and the other folded into a pillow. I like to give instructions, she says, settling herself on the surface. It's not a reflection on your skills. The bowl over there is for you to soak your hands. The water is icy. I like a cold touch. But don't go numb when you're ready. I've lost 25 terror. Now I'm only at 22, which is wary, and I've fraternized with one of my officers again. Dun dun dun. I'll call the all clear, and we will in fact put in a harbor in the hopes that I can get repairs there. Because I don't want to be sailing around new places with my hull at 19. Canal staging area. Here, the dark waters run down from the surface, from a brighter sea. The canal ascends through locks and gates and shadowed turns to the sunlight of the surface. Gather information for a port report? Sure, why not while I'm here? Business as usual. The gates open and shut. The locks remain free from sabotage. If anywhere beside London is safe in all the intersea, it's here. The surface nations have an interest in keeping the way open. I now have one perfunctory report. Why not listen for some gossip while we're here? Daylight. This would be a prime spot for a pub or wine shop, but the interests of the Echo Bazaar and the laws of London prevent it. They don't like competition. Still, there are temporary half-legal hostelries and long-moored ships. Here you trade stories with sun-tanned surface sailors, stories of Paris and Batavia, the lost fires, and the final isles. I have one vision of the surface, which I believe they will pay well for in Vanderbilt. I can buy supplies, but I can't get repairs here. Okay. I'm taking my perfunctory report and going back to London for repairs. Sigh. And we are delicately avoiding that other ship while we're doing it. I cannot get into a sea battle right now. This was a very short trip. I am very disappointed in myself for doing so badly in that battle with the Gillyfleur. Reoccurring nightmare. Watched. The sea is bright as milk. False stars above are black on a pitchy bed. Something is watching you. Its gaze enfolds your boat. You are transparent as glass. I can flee the nightmare, turn the helm, and flee across the milk-bright sea. This will reduce the nightmare's strength. If it reaches 0, the nightmare will fade entirely. If you have any restful nights, they'll reduce the difficulty. This is a straightforward challenge with 100% chance of success. Interesting. Or there is go deeper into the nightmare. The eye wants you to learn you. Well, let it. You'll learn the eye in turn. Increases the nightmare's strength. If it reaches 5, you'll confront the nightmare. This is dangerous, but may win you a secret. This also has a 100% chance of success. I don't think that confronting the nightmare is worth a secret. So I'm going to flee across the sea. An escape? The sea churns in your wake. You pull away from the eye into the shallower waters of waking, but a terror clings. I succeeded a hearts challenge, gained 2 terror, lost 1 menace, now I only have 1, and lost a restful night. The total I have now is 0. There's that baby crab again. I doubly do not want to get into it with it this time. Even a baby crab could do my ship in right now. bats cry out. They are nothing like birds. No, they really aren't. Come to think of it, I might as well pick up a port report for Quaker's Haven here if I can. Which will give me a chance to avoid that ship. Approach Mutton Island. Is there something in the air today? A restless breeze? Approach the dock. It's probably nothing. The moment passes. The ship slides into dock. Time passes on Mutton Island. Has something changed? Has something changed? Once this simple fishing village was part of the London suburbs before London fell and the waters rushed in. Smoke spirals from cottage chimneys. A lonely hill rises behind town. I could pick up a wretched mog, but that's a cat and I have a rat and those do not get along. I can get drinks at the Cock and Magpie. Probably not. I can explore the shore. I can chat to the fishermen. They sail the Z around the island. They mend their nets by the harbor. They see what happens here, but you'll need coin to open their mouths. That would cost 1 echo, which will generate a port report. I'll do it. Nothing to report. 2 fresh-faced fishermen are glad to greet you. Can't think of anything, Captain. We've had a good catch. You present another coin. The other fisherman shakes his head. It's true, Captain. No news here. The first nods. You can tell the Admiralty I was all in order. Their eyes brighten with their smiles. I'm immediately suspicious. I could visit the hilltop above town. Not much wind in the Intersea, but Mutton Island suffers eerie gusts and buffets from an inexplicably local fragment of weather, and the air on the hilltop sometimes carries interesting scents. 81% chance of success on this one. I could buy supplies from a dockside stall. Don't need to do that. Or buy fuel. I also don't need to do that. So, do I want to explore the shore or visit the hilltop? That is the question. You know what? Let's go for the hilltop. Let's go for the 81% chance here. Visit the hilltop. Peace. You stand on the cliff top, looking over the island's village. Smoke from the chimneys of the Cock and Magpie drifts straight upwards. There's not a breeze to ruffle your hair, nor lift your collar. Below you, a young woman carries what could be real flowers, handing them out with a curtsy to everyone she meets. That is a failure. I've lost 1 terror, however. I'm not going to go for drinks. So unless I can repair the ship, which I cannot. Oh boy, that thing is still there. Shoo, go away, shoo. But yes, once again, I have not made it very far south. But I will go back to London, get repairs, and try again. Once this ship is further away. Did it just blink out of existence? I think it just blinked out of existence. Let's leave before it blinks back in. But yes, embarrassedly limping back to port it is. barely made it any distance south at all. I'm so embarrassed. Oh, and look, the revenue men are back. Fine, let them do their worst then. Vexed and frustrated they are. They found nothing. Collect messages. Something has changed. Someone wants to sign on. I have another day. The Rose Market has returned. Perhaps someone there is bulking to buy honey. But in the meantime, first, let us submit the 2 port reports that I picked up, because it means fuel. Crimean Canal. Well, if you've been there, I suppose we may as well hear about it. The fee is nominal, though. You give me free fuel? No, you do not. 5 echoes. Quaker's Haven. They're getting along that well, you say? 5 whole echoes. Admiralty favor remains unchanged. My visit has been confirmed, and I got a fuel. Leave the Admiralty. Let's check out the Rose Market. Honey-addled detective is still looking for watchful curios. A jovial contrarian is purchasing long boxes. His wheeled chair squeaks through the crowd. As all visitors to the Rose Market must, he carries a mirror. He's painted over the glass, though, with the face of a bat. And I can reset the market by using my another day free evening. But I won't be doing that because I think I should use it to get a restful night at my lodging. So that I can fight off the nightmare again, because I'm pretty sure I've still got one that I haven't expended. So, to my lodgings. Rest in a room above the blind helmsman. If you don't have the echoes to go out roistering, best stay at home. Reduce your terror, heal a wound, and give you a restful night, all for 10 echoes. The rats keep you awake of nights with their muttering and skirmishing, but the bed is warm and the door has a lock. I've lost 1 terror, 10 echoes, and have gained a restful night, which will hopefully help me next time the nightmare comes. And now, not the shipyard. Hold on a moment here. Where do I get my repairs? Oh, right in London. It's been so long. Alright, put my ship in dry dock for repairs. Alright, the Cotterell and Hathridge will completely repair my hull for 100 echo. Or the Admiralty Yards will charge me 3 favor, 25 echo, and completely repair my hull. And this is exactly what I have been building up Admiralty favor for. So I am going to do that. Rapid efficiency. All shall be well, and all manner of things shall be well, very quickly. Lost 3 favor, so I'm down to 10, but my hull is 100% at 75. Yay! And with that, we shall go and attempt a sail south again. Although, come to think of it, I've never gone direct south through this sort of canal-looking thing. Is there anything here? Whoa, there is not. Oh. Backing up. Discovered Department of Menace Eradication. That's nice. Behold my ability to turn myself around without having to do a full U-turn. Southward once more. We have 14 fuel and 14 fuel. And a giant bank of fog. Oh! A tryst. A discreet opportunity has arisen to spend time with your favorite officer. This will notably reduce your terror unless it's already low. But if you have a sweetheart back home, you may want to think twice. Nah. We shall tryst with the clattery air. This is the same text as before, so I will not reread it. Lost 25 more terror, I'm down to 4, and have fraternized with one of my officers for a 3rd time. And of course, everybody on ship knows at this point. Okay, this time if I see a jellyfish, I am not going to fight it. I'm going to spend as much time as possible avoiding battles. I get more exploring done that way. Okay, so we've made it to the canal again. There's the canal's harbor. We shall continue southwards. For this trip, I'm just trying to keep the shoreline kind of in sight so that I can see if there's any ports along there. Oh no, not another whirlpool. Sizzling vapors rise from the sea. Time slips sideways. A coil of rope has stung a stoker, and his fellows beat it to death. We are under the hand of the Iron Republic. This definitely looks like a place here, just past this whirlpool. And another ship I don't really want to deal with. Please go away. Don't notice me. Nothing to see here. Ah, here we go. A harbor. Whoop. Iron Republic, Hell's client state. Be wary, their laws are not the laws of man or nature. This sounds fun. However, I am not going to explore it just quite yet because I am going to take a quick break. My coconut water needs refilling, my shoulders really need a stretch, and I could probably use a quick bio break as well. So, I'm going to pause the game here. And I am just going to take a very quick break, and I will be back in a few minutes. I will see you then.